$30 grand. Do you need to pay off credit debt? LendingClub.com/sports. LendingClub.com/sports. Want to thank Trent Delfer and Rod Woodson for joining us earlier today. First of all, you know, I hear people in Kansas City complaining, no penalties on the Patriots. Yeah, there were also no punts. Like, that's sort of on you. I thought the game last night, I mean, Kansas City only had 1 punt and 5 penalties when you consider Patrick Mahomes is a baby, how loud Foxborough is, how inexperienced Mahomes is. What you watched last night was not only great quarterback play, was great coaching. It's pretty remarkable to send a baby quarterback into Foxborough against Belichick and Brady and only have 5 penalties and 1 punt. I mean, New England's defense is situationally really good. They have a great secondary, and they got a pass rush last night. It wasn't just that New England didn't have a penalty. Belichick, Brady don't get penalized much, home or away, because they know what they're doing. But I thought it was an exquisite performance by both coaching staffs. It was but Kansas City made great adjustments in the second half. That could have gone sideways fast for Kansas City, and it never did. Here's the thing, though. Before we fall in love with Mahomes, listen, his talent's great. You can't deny it. But you can make an argument. Dak Prescott had a great rookie year because it was the perfect storm. Running back, receiver, Jason Witten, Ezekiel Elliott schedule. Okay, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes will never have a wide receiver that fast the rest of his career, period. He'll never have a tight end as talented as Travis Kelce. He may never have a back as good as Kareem Hunt. And Andy Reid's probably, with Sean Payton, the best play designer in the NFL. Mahomes is really gifted. But you know what impresses me? Is that Tom Brady's doing this with his 75th and 76th wide receiver. He's doing it with his 59th and 60th running back. And that Gronk's often not healthy, and Edelman wasn't here for September. Listen, man, could Patrick Mahomes take Cordarrelle Patterson, who can't remember plays, Philip Dorsett, who disappears, Josh Gordon, who can't stay clean, and a revolving door of running backs and do this? Like, I understand being in love with Mahomes' talent. He's going nowhere. He's a terrific young kid. But, God, is Kansas City loaded offensively. Tyreek Hill's the fastest NFL player in a decade. Travis Kelce's unbelievable. I mean, Travis Kelce's every bit as good as Gronk. He's not as strong, but he's faster and he's as athletic. Kareem Hunt's terrific. Andy Reid's amazing. And by the way, Mahomes last year got Alex Smith to learn from and Matt Nagy, the offensive coordinator. So what blows me away is Brady. New left tackle, rookie running back, Cordarrelle Patterson, Josh Gordon. Folks, you ever watch the TV show, the cooking show Chopped? You ever watch that cooking show Chopped? Which is always, show. It's unbelievable. And instead of getting perfect stuff, they give somebody, here's some vegan pasta, a lollipop, a popsicle, some licorice, and some beets. And Brady's like, here's a 5-star meal. It's just a revolving door of cast-offs. Even Julian Edelman wasn't here in September, wasn't here last year, and Edelman's a receiver that he runs precise routes, and you have to put a ball right in a spot for him to be effective. He's not, if they didn't have hash marks in football, Julian Edelman's not in the league. He needs hash marks to play inside of them. So, I mean, I'm just blown away by, and you know, it's funny because a lot of times, the Patriots were up 24-9 at halftime, and give Andy Reid and that staff a lot of credit, and Mahomes. They didn't panic. They readjusted. They were great. But, you know, the other thing is, when you watch these games on Sunday, and I think this is really good, that certain sports are comfortable with change. The NFL, if you watch an NFL game on TV, Joy, it doesn't look like 15 years ago. A baseball game, today the Dodgers-Brewers play on Fox Sports 1. It looks like a baseball game 30 years ago on TV mostly. Same camera angles, same stuff basically. When you watch a football game, the NFL's always been incredibly comfortable with change. They change rules. Every year they make major rule changes. The number one thing that's happening in the NFL right now, and it's great for fans, is the NFL is taking college concepts and using them in the pros, and it's allowing these young quarterbacks like Mahomes to feel incredibly comfortable. Sam Darnold yesterday, and I'm not joking on this, I watched every snap for Sam Darnold at USC. Sam Darnold looked more comfortable yesterday as a pro quarterback at 21 years old than he looked his last year at USC. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, I saw him in college. Hell, he didn't look this comfortable. Patrick Mahomes is a better NFL quarterback than he was in college. I saw him in college. I didn't watch every game, but I saw he wasn't this good. So the NFL, that's always been willing to change, modify, amplify their rules, has really brought a lot of the college concepts over to the pros. These college quarterbacks, they look as comfortable in the NFL as babies as they did their last year in college. I mean, Mahomes, he's just fantastic. For the record, I know what you're all saying. Darnold had a very good day, and Baker Mayfield did not play well. Listen, I don't want to keep going back and comparing them, but the reality is that Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold will always be compared on my show because I love Darnold since I saw him as a freshman at USC, and I didn't like Baker's nonsense grabbing his stuff in the police video. So they're always going to be compared on this show. I think it's kind of unfair. I mean, right now, Baker's got better running backs, better receivers, but Sam Darnold, I think, has an easier division. One has a defensive coach, one has an offensive coach. You know, I mean, obviously, Brady's benefited greatly from having Bill Belichick, obviously. Josh Rosen right now has a defensive head coach and a super conservative offensive coordinator and a bad offensive line. I think Josh Rosen's terrific so far, but he didn't have a ton to work with. But if you want to compare, remember, I said this. Baker's 2 years older than Darnold and has almost double the college starts. Baker should be better now than Sam. I predicted Sam would be a roller coaster. Right now, completion percentage, touchdown interception, yards per attempt, passer rating, wins. Darnold's working with less, a defensive coach, and frankly, he looks better. Not just bigger and stronger, he looks more composed, he's more under control, he looks to be a little more coachable, less willing to make stuff up as he goes. Darnold looks better than Baker. But I will say this, we can do this game every week. Darnold is better. I strongly believe it. But what I always liked about Darnold wasn't the stats. It was that I liked his traits. Touchdown, interception, Darnold, same guy. Win-loss, same guy. Personality never changes. That is Brady. That is Montana. That is Manning. That's what I liked. It's not the stats. We can compare them all week. Every week. I think I'm going to win that game. It's traits. I always preferred Darnold's personality and traits long-term, 15 years, over Baker's. Hour 3 coming up.
Fact is, every insurance company hopes